Hello, Friar friends. I'm Lauren Thompson, and welcome to the latest edition of your Friars Insider. As we move forward into another exciting month, there's plenty to celebrate. Big moments, fresh opportunities, and all the energy that makes Friardom so special. So let's dive in and see what's ahead. Well, all great brands from Coca-Cola to Nike have legendary backstories about an idea that sparked their rise. This is one of those stories. Our intrepid leader, Jeff Renzulli, is currently making a few celebratory laps around the globe as he winds down his Friar cat herding responsibilities and hands off his duties to Don and Kristen. Jeff has confided in many that he was struggling with what his legacy would be outside of the Friars. So what will future generations think of when his name is mentioned in history books? Well, it is a weight that only the finest men have to grapple with. On a recent Friar trip to Vietnam, Jeff found his purpose. After two uncharacteristic crooked shots at Ba Na Hills, Jeff and his diminutive female caddy found themselves off the beaten path. It was then, after spotting his ball through a chain-link fence, that Jeff was overcome with a familiar smell. One that brought him back to his parochial school days, more specifically, the school cafeteria on Fridays. His ball had entered a Vietnamese fish hatchery where farm-raised tilapia was harvested. As he contorted himself through a hole in the fence to retrieve his refurbished Maxfly, he was met by the manager of the plant, Mr. Pham Nguyen. After an exchange of pleasantries, Mr. Nguyen took Jeff on a behind-the-scenes tour of the facility. Mr. Nguyen confided in Jeff that he was looking for a foothold in the U.S. market. Jeff informed him that he has represented Buffalo Group, a PR and marketing firm back home that specializes in launching new brands, helping them gain exposure in various leisure-based markets, specifically high-end golf clubs and resorts. Jeff soon realized this opportunity was one worth taking a leap of faith on. His name could forever be synonymous with not only school lunch lines, but potentially be served at all the top golf resorts in America. It was then that he decided to take down Gorton's and control a major share of the U.S. frozen fish stick market. Glenn Gray of Buffalo Group devised a plan to launch the product at halfway houses, turn stands, and elementary schools from coast to coast. Phase 1 of the launch will see the fish sticks tested on a small market of avid golfers, travelers, and food connoisseurs. The Friars, of course. Starting today at all future Friar dinners, receptions, and lunches, we will be serving the finest Vietnamese farm-raised tilapia in the form of Friars fish sticks. Buffalo Group Managing Director Jack Burris commented that the fish sticks make a perfect pairing with Friars wine. The first shipments of product were mailed to Friar VIPs and 2020 club members. The reaction to date has been mixed. Noted food connoisseur Art Porcelli stated that they are fantastic, crunchy with no fish aftertaste, though he was torn as to whether he liked them better with tartar sauce or ketchup. Friar Glenn Belt was quoted as saying he had better frozen fish sticks during his time in the state pen. Friar Todd Michael commented that they were the perfect complement to his line of frozen tater tots. Kevin Callister, the forever optimist, concluded that a steady diet of Friar fish sticks had improved his putting. Meanwhile, Friar Steve Greer could not be reached for comment. Negotiations are currently taking place to bring Friar's fish sticks to freezer aisles near you. Until then, we recount a trek to Brooksville, Florida, where 20 Friars experienced the hottest new golf resort in the country, Cabot Citrus Farms. They recently opened both 18-hole courses. In addition, they now have on-site lodging, a 10-hole course, an 11-hole par 3 course, and an over-the-top practice facility featuring TrackMan hitting bays that are open all night. If you are looking for a place to escape the winter blues and golf all day long, this is the spot for you. The trip featured a great mix of big Friar personalities like Hayes Wood, Barry Goodman, and the Mississippi Mafia, as well as some first-timers and guests like Grant Gulick, Prabhu Rajukumar, and Joe Triscaro. A special thanks to Friars Scott Pollock and Clayton McGrady for stepping up last minute to herd cats and keep the event running as Don was sidelined back home dealing with some health issues. The smack talking, it was endless, and the competition was fierce, with 36 holes of Ned Stableford coming down to a tie between Clayton and Bill Cole. The two decided to handle the tie like gentlemen. by having a hot dog eating contest at lunch, with Clayton taking home the victory along with a side of Tums. Thanks to everyone who participated. We shall return. Well, our 2026 calendar is beginning to round into place, so we expect many events to go live for registration by late June or early July. Many of you have seen our overseas trips to Abu Dhabi, Scandinavia, and Japan. We recently opened up a second trip to Scandinavia to accommodate those who were on the waiting list. And as of today, there are a handful of spots available for this trip, so act now. In addition, we head back to the warm confines of Mexico next December, this time to the spectacular Danzante Bay for 5 days and 4 nights of all-inclusive awesomeness. We will return to Wisconsin in May for the 4th time to Sand Valley Resort. This year, we will get to play both the new courses, Lido and Sedge Valley. Expect wall-to-wall golf, great food, and lots of smiles. And we have a new spot for our pre-trip. Stay tuned for that news. In early October, we will make a return to Cabot, Nova Scotia. We are excited to announce that we will be one of the first groups to experience rodeo dunes in Colorado, a new development from Mike Kaiser and Dream Golf. Well, our club championship will take place in early November at Black Desert Resort in Utah. We have 2 couples trips slated for 2026, spring in North Florida at the fabulous old school Ponte Vedra Inn and Club, and fall in Charleston for 4 days of history, great food, and some low country golf. Be on the lookout for all of this and more, and make sure to clear your calendars. And now, spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of Friardom, the thrill of a 4-foot gimme, and the agony of a shank. The human drama of athletic competition. This is Friars in the Wild. We begin in Bradenton, where Concession Golf Club played host to the DC Cup. 2 teams of mostly Friars, captained by Billy Moore and Jim Bruyette, squared off over 36 holes of competition and ended in a tie. Who got to take home that prestigious trophy, fellas? The world wants to know. Well, we stay in Florida, where Friar Young Pro alumnus Anna Redding and current High Point University women's golf coach was in Ponte Vedra preparing for a tournament in Jacksonville. Friar Don Bostic and family stopped by for a visit at the yards. And finally, we head to Orlando, Florida. Bay Hill Club and Lodge, to be exact, where Friars Billy Moore and Ryan Sawyers participated in the Pro-Am, drawing Tommy Fleetwood as their partner. No word yet on Tommy's Friar membership application status, but it would be pretty cool, right? Well, that's it for this edition of Friars Insider. Your dedication to Friardom never goes unnoticed. I'm Lauren Thompson, and until next time, don't be a you-know-what.